Shalom Israel. With Isupk, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanan. Start off 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Ofc Chaazaq Shapar out of South Carolina class. We're teaching the Lashawan Qadash class. As you can see the chart on my left here, we're teaching the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew. Every Friday night, we're going to, I think Officer Shar has put up the chat. Yes, we have chat. Guys, when you sign in to the chat, make sure you put your name in and fill out the information so you can get your Hebrew name. That's what it's all about. That's one of the benefits that we have here in the Isupk. Okay, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, where we teach from Monday through Saturday, man. And the Lashawan Qadash class is always on Friday, of course. And we're going to go through some understanding a little further, some sounds here. We're going to go maybe some homonyms, homophones, homographs, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see, we have Baralaba, Banah. Yes, have Baralaba in class. Probably Yashashikar. Hashemal Ataba Hashem Yahushai sis. Yahaba Hashem Yahushai. Barak Atham to all my brothers. And of course to my sisters that we have in class. Yahushai Atham Hashem Yahushai. To all of my sisters, join the class and get a pencil and paper, and we'll get this thing started here. We'll always like to start off on some simple. It may seem mundane, but some, I don't want to call it simple. Just like for instance, how many characters are there in the Hebrew language? Do you write them from right to left? Yes, but how many characters? If you know that, of course, how many vowels? Let's do that real quick. We have a few students in class. As we wait to get students in class, you guys can at least do that before we get started here on the board. We'll start on class here. We'll say, how many characters are there in Hebrew? That's one thing people, characters. How many? How many are there? That's one thing. A lot of people know because, and of course we'll say later, we'll say here also how many vowels. Because by knowing this information, you can easily catch up and understand that when you see Hebrew written from right to left, you'll see all those vowels. You'll see the vowels and you'll see the characters. You'll say, oh man, I gotta figure out what all this is saying. And we'll go over a little bit of that tonight as we check in the class here. See, we have Daquan in class. Glad to have you in class, Daquan. Baralaba, have you in class. Yashashikar. Rib of Officer. We got Yashikar, Ban Yashikar, Salaki. I have a sister and brother in class so far. Again, of course, we have Shar in class. I have 4 people up in here. So you guys check on in the class. Just keep checking in. That's what we want. And Daquan in class, Kira's checking in class, man. And somebody got me some answers up there already. I bet you. Let's see. Let me check. I don't know why that's not checked. Let me check the board here to see what's going on here. Marcus Harris, he says 2 vowels. Got Marcus in class. Checking in from Sumter. Marcus Harris says 22 characters and 2 vowels. Dang. Brother say 22 characters and 2 vowels. All right. Does everybody agree with that? We'll give you a few seconds there. Make sure. Sound like the brother's right. But if that's the case, if Mark, let's clap it up for the brother. He's right. He's right. I know. Bara, you know that answer. I know. Quan, you know that answer. All right. Yeah, okay. 2 vowels, exactly right. And those vowels, anybody know what those vowels are? And I'll write them up here. You tell me what they are. Well, you tell me what those vowels are. They look like this. Tell me what they are. That's one of them. Here's another one. Here's another one. I want you guys to write down, just write them down where you think they are. What are those vowels? Because this is important because, you know, as we go on in class, people want to know, just like you do your ABCs, your alphabet, the Hebrew language has vowel sounds also, man. Let's see, Bara says, Baralaba, Slaki. She said 22 characters. She's exactly right. And then she says the ah and the I. Let's clap it up for Sister Bara right there. Sister coming in class smoking. Had a husband teaching or something. Keep it up. All right. She said 2 vowels, and they're the I and the ah. So we say the, boy, I got these backwards, don't I? I shouldn't have got these back. Let's see. Do I got these right? No, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's the I. Slop. I got these totally backwards here. Let's see. This is the ah, and this is the I. There we go. Had something written down there wrong, but anyway, that's what they look like. You know, one looks like a O, and the other looks like some sort of Y. You know, sort of like that. Well, like that. Okay, and of course, you have one like a sideways A, and then one's like some sort of crisscross. You know, the Syrian language was the language that we got thrusted into, man, when we were in captivity with those Assyrians, man. And, you know, the original language, yeah, that's right, that's right. The original language is the language that was put down here in Adam. You know, he used that language, man. The Most High brought that language to us. Hebrew is your original language. Because let me see, I think I found it in the Bible. I said Genesis. Everybody turn to Genesis real quick. Genesis 11:1, I believe. See if I can find this. I'm assuming everybody can hear me there. If you turn to Genesis 11:1, you'll see something very, very valuable here. And the whole earth, everybody got it. I'll read it here. And the whole earth, the Bible says the whole earth, that's all of the earth. The whole earth was of one language and one speech. One language and one speech, man. That means, the Bible says, Wayahaya, God, Ha'arataza, Shapar, Akath, Wadabara, Atadawam. That's what it's saying. You can hear the words. You hear the bar. You hear words in there. You hear Ha'arataza of the whole earth, and you hear of one Akkad, but you hear say Akath, which is a form that you have to use to describe Akkad of the whole earth was one, you know. And then Shapa, you know, and Allah Akkad the Yam, okay? So that's of one language when you want to say Shapa, one language, one sound. Or you could say Lashawan, which means language, or Shapa, okay? But that's what it is. So when we write Hebrew from right to left, that's the reason why. From right to left. So you turn it around, it's right to left. So when we say Abba Gada Hawazaka, that's what we mean. We don't mean that you can put anything else in there but the ah and the I for the vowels. And you're going to hear all of those sounds. And that's what this is about. What something sounds like. Because once you understand the sounds, now you can put it up there and build a vocabulary with it, because you begin to hear routine over and over again. And I want you guys to translate something. We'll see how far along you are in a second here. We're going to let you translate. So we know. So we'll clap up for the class, because you guys have the correct answers about that. So what I want you to do, okay, good. So we'll erase this. We realize you guys know this. We'll get straight into some sounds here. Things that sound alike, like homonyms, homophones, homographs. Not quite. In the English language, it's hard to explain. But in our language, we have words that look alike, sound alike, that don't sound alike, that look alike, and they're different. So I want you guys to, put on your machine there. 1, 2, and 3. All right? Start with number 1 first. And before you get to 2 and 3, we're going to share with you these words here, because I believe they're homophones and homographs. They kind of sound, they have different sounds. They have similar, if not the same meaning, but they're definitely different meanings. But no, they're close to the same meaning. That's why I put them up here. That's why you have to be careful of what words you use. What words you use in Hebrew, because they have different meanings. So we're going to use a word, lock. I'll make this look a little better. There you go. Okay, we're going to use a word. Y'all, I want you guys to translate what that is. You guys been in class long enough. And if you need some help, let me know. Tell me what number 1 is. Don't go to number 2 yet. We'll get there. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. But I want you to translate, what is that? And we'll give you an idea of things that some homophone, homographs, and the sound of things, how they sound. But they have different meanings. But their meaning is very close. In this particular case, the meaning is very close. So, guys, write it down on your in the chat there. I didn't get my other chat up just yet. I'm still working on it. I had it up there one time where you can join the class and I can see you and all of that. But I'll get it up there real soon here because I know that's a directive that I have to go by. But number 1, right there. Number 1. Now this is in the ancient Hebrew. Now I can write it. I can do this. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me write it in. Y'all, let me do it. Let me do it this way because I don't want people. I want people to have no problem. Because sometimes in the we'll do it this way. There we go. And you guys actually say, "Man, what's this upside down? Those are Hebrew connectors." Of course, you guys know that. And if you don't, but what these are is this is the ancient Hebrew here, and this is the Assyrian. All right, there we go. What I want you to do is you can use line 1 here. They're both number 1s here. So, lock. I want you guys to take just number 1 and translate as far as you know from the Hebrew chart. It's right up in front of you. Of course, most of you guys have these at home, and if not, you should be studying to get them. Tell me. Yeah, there we go. Tell me, what is this? What does this say? What does this word say? And there it is a little better there. Because it's in the ancient Hebrew, and it has the connectors on them, and it's kind of like easily translated. Over here, you'd have to kind of guess. Let me make sure I got everything in the chat up here correct. Marcus, Barah, Marcus, let's see. Yeah. Okay, good. Shapar, yeah, got you. I gotta catch up with my chat here. Why my chat? Let me catch up with it. Salakia, for you guys got an answer, and I ain't even close to it over there. Let me get into that. Salakia for a second here. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Look like you guys have answers already. So let's see what that is. Let's find out. Some guys, you guys have Shakar. I see that. Ain't what I wanted. It's locky for a second here. Got this sign in here. Just trying to get into class here. Boy. Let me see here. Well, that ain't what I want. All right. It's locking so for your patience there. Let me go back to the other one I had here. Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys have up here, which is good, and you guys, that tells me that you guys are we'll put it in green. You guys have let's see. You have a word up here. Let me write it over here. Shakar. Very good. Let's investigate it here real quick here. Shakar, Marcus, Barab, Marcus Kapatas, yeah. Good. Let's clap it up for him. And there you have it. That's good. So we'll tell you what that means in a second. Now, I want you guys, that's number one. While you're doing that, I want you to translate number two for me. While you're there, go ahead. We'll let you do it, because if I do it, then you won't benefit. Put it in your brain. What is this word right here? Number one is Shakar. And we'll get in there. And number one is Shakar. Let me put it over here. Make it neat here. As a matter of fact, let me, so y'all go ahead and put this one up there too. This is a, let me get a better, there. Let's see. There we go. Now, I also gave it to you number two. Of course, here's number two, of course. That was one, and this is number two, of course, in ancient. So tell me, what is this word number two? And we'll write it down beside it, then we'll investigate, and we'll get into further. So far, you guys are right, you know. Bara, Dequan, Bara has Garam. Okay? Let's see. We're waiting on Marcus, Quan, whoever else in the chat. We always give people a chance here. Because you guys understand the connectors. It's good to look at those connectors sometime too, to understand it. That's important. Let's see here. Swak it. Let's see here. Let's see who we have in the chat. Excuse me. Okay. She said, let's see what you got, Marcus, going on in there. Let's see. I don't know why this thing is not. And Barra already got the third one here. We're gonna make sure, Marcus, you got yours down. Let me see what you got. We got Corey Woodhams. My bad, pocket text. Okay, got you, Corey. And Marcus got Garam. And let's see. She has Barra, and Marcus got a word called Garam. Okay, that looks good. All right, do the last one. I think, I won't say, but I think Barra already has hers up there. She wrote a word down, but check it out. We'll wait for Marcus and the other person in the chat there. Can't remember who that was. Let's see. Slocky. Right. Okay. All right. All right. What you got, Marcus? She has a word down. See, I think I'll write this one down in black here. We give everybody, a few more seconds here to check it out. Barra already has an answer up there. Slocky. Give you guys a few more seconds there to finish it up. A few more seconds there. There we go. Okay, there's the one I wanted right here. I think I found what I wanted. I believe I did. Let me see here. Okay here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. I think Marcus, let's see. Still not exactly real time here, but I'm gonna. Oh, Marcus got. Okay, he's got it. Okay, good. So, okay, good. So he's got. Without me putting it up there. Again, I mean, I could. Matter of fact, I'll do it just for the sake of it. This word right here. Right there. Okay? And that word is this word, Chaazaq. Does anybody know what these words mean? And if not, I'll write it down for you. Because that's the whole point of, but anyway, I'll write it down. We'll let people catch up a little bit here. Okay. All right, let's write these words down right here. These words right here are all spelled different, but they have almost unanimously the same meaning, but it's not quite the same. Okay, this word right here is shakar. It means strong, but it's the word you want to use when you want to use wine or strong drink. That's what you want to use when you want to use wine or strong drink. And that's what you got to be careful when you say words. Just like it's almost a long time ago in our days, it would be an insult to say garam. Because garam, this word here, garam means strong also, strength. But it's more like a strength that you get from a bone, from like an animal bone or something like that. Like a donkey bone or something like that. It's a strong calcium bone, you know. So it means strong also, but it has a connotation that it would say, okay, you're getting it from a bone like animal, like from an animal. Like an animal has strength, or garam, or the strength of his bones, you know. Or like you want to use like the yoke of an oxen, their bones, they're strong. Garam, you want to use that word generally. And then when the word Chaazaq, which is my name, Chaazaq Shapar, you want to use that word when you want to say strength. Now that word is strong also, but you want to has the connotation of this. It means strength. Like when my name means like a strength or strong sound, or like a shapar. A shapar. You know, it's like is what we blow every day. For the matter of fact, it's like the horn that we blow, like a trumpet, you know. I mean, every Sabbath, like this. I'll show you right here. This right here is what we blow right there. That right there. That's what that is, like a strong shofar, like a strong trumpet, like. And we'll show you what it sounds like when you want to say Chaazaq. That's the word you want to use, like this. It says. Like that. You know, that's what you want to use when you want to say like a strong shofar. You want to say Chaazaq. But when you're drinking like, let's go to this one right here. When you want to say, use the word like shakar, like yayan. You want to use this word, shakar, like if I'm drinking wine. Or something strong. Strong, you want to say shakar, yayan shakar. If you want to say a strong animal, you would say garam, because you're having the connotation that the bone of that animal is strong, and they are. Okay, and that's all I was trying to get to right here. We'll get to something else here real quick here. But when you just want to say strength, you know, you don't want to use that for wine. You don't want to say Chaazaq, yayan Chaazaq, or Chaazaq yayan. Strong wine, you don't want to do that. Because people would, you know, they would be, our language has has different words for different meanings and different understandings. And that's what we get to right here. So that's the difference. And I see you guys have translated those real well. And very good. And we're going to get into, and we'll leave it up there for a second so you guys can write that down. And we'll get into some more words here and some more understandings of some words. Okay? We want you guys to understand. I'll put a word up here real quick. Let me erase this off the board. But those three words are three different meanings. But they are similar in meaning because they mean strength or strong. And that's what you got to understand. You got to understand that you got to choose the right word for that. You can't just mix them. That's why you have to study the Hebrew. You know, build your vocabulary. Garam, Chaazaq, Shakar. They are different words. because they mean different things. All right, we want you guys to translate this. I'm glad we're to the point where we can translate now. We don't have to worry about trying to do the small things, but we can translate these words. Let's see, well, we're going to build on this right here. Let's see what this means right here. Right here. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Let's do this. This is going to be like this. Right. All right, you guys. I want you guys to tell me, translate what that is. What we got there. Marcus and Chaazaq, glad to have you in class. Boy, Marcus and Barah, they ain't playing around, boy. They on top of that word, man. And that lets me know. That makes me feel good. Lets me know that students are listening in their Lashawan Qadash class and their respective Lashawan Qadash class across the United States, across the world, man, here in Isupk. That lets me know. They said the word is this word right here. Qadash. Right? I said it right? Yeah. Qadash. And good. And that lets me know it would mean put this down in your notes. It would mean this. Darkness. Okay? Like nightfall. Like darkness. Or just, you can use this like dark interchangeable yeah, I would use it that way. I would use it that way. But that's good because, and you can see the difference in the ancient Hebrew as far as the understanding. And I'm going to give you one in Assyrian right here, see how good you guys are in that. And Chaazaq, that's what it means. I'm going to give you a word here. I'm going to give you a word and see how good you are to translate something in the Assyrian. Okay? Now before I do that, what do you see up here that's unique? What is this character right here? Somebody explain that character. Tell me what that is. Somebody write it in the chat. Explain to me what that character is. Trooper Chaazaq checking in all the way from Colombia. Explain to me what this character is right here. I mean, why? I mean, just what's unique about it? I mean, this is Assyrian language, What's unique about this right here? We hadn't gotten into that yet. Of course, I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is. Tell me. Tell me what it is. Like and share the class, of course, guys. Because you got it right. Qadash. Not Chaazaq, which means strength. This means darkness. Qadash. Well, what's unique about that character right there? Somebody tell me. Give me the specific name of that character. to be more exact. Give me the specific name of that character. Oh, there you go. Clap it up for the sis right, Baralaba. She said that is the ending character, Ka. And she's right. That's the ending character. That's what that is. It's an ending character. Well, we didn't talk about that, but we illustrated on the board here. Well, the reason why it's an ending character because, as a matter of fact, in your notes, I want you guys to write down all the ending characters that you know. Try to put them in order, but if you can't, that's fine. And tell me how many they are. But that is Ka right there, because before we had a Ka that looks like that in Assyrian, like that. But you can't use that at the end of a word in Hebrew. I mean, it's just in the Assyrian, of course. They sort of look similar like that. But you can't use this Ka. You got to use what I have up here. And somebody write down in the chat, what are the ending characters? That's important. It's important to know that. Let's see. Baral Abbas said Ka. Right, exactly. It is. It's a Ka. Now I want you to write down, first of all, how many ending characters are there? Everybody in the chat, Brother Quan, Ratazak, Marcus, and Barak. Slaki. How many ending characters are there? Tell me. How many are there? That's important to know. Because if you got one of them, you got a few more. How many? Tell me about it. How many are there? Okay. Baral Abbas said 5, and she's exactly right. All right, y'all write them down. She said there are 5 of them. There are 5 of these rascals out here, man. That's what there are. There are 5 of them. And this word we have right here is kashat. Ending character has a ka on it, man. And it means darkness. But tell me. Slaki, what are they? And we'll write them down here. Matter of fact, I'll make some space over here for them. I want you guys to see if you guys can memorize them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got one more here. Oh, we got room for another one. There you go. There. Write down all 5 of them. Tell me what they are. Tell me what those ending characters. Write them in the chat. Tell me what the ending characters are. Marcus has 5. That's La. Well, La's one. That's right. Let's see. La. No. La's not one of them. Sorry. It's La. Apologize. But there are 5. Let's see. We'll give you guys a few seconds here. Bara has an answer. We'll check her answer, see if it's right. And why the importance of them. Because when you're reading Assyrian, we've gotten so used and accustomed as being in Assyria, when we were in Assyrian land, and when we use Assyrian language, because these our ending characters, man, that's what we use in the Hebrew, because we understand our language. Of course, the most accurate and language that you're ever going to have is the ancient Hebrew, because it uses the connectors, and those connectors show you exactly how it should be pronounced, and they're spelled. They're going to be spelled the same. In other words, but we'll give you guys a few more seconds to write down the 5 ending characters. Let's make sure we get them all right. Bara has an answer down already. Let's check, see if she's right. Bara has it down. Radazab and who's that? Marcus? Yeah. A few other people there in the chat. Okay. Let's write it down from right to left. Because the one that we just had, like that. We have that, and we'll go over this in a second here. We'll run a test on this. And then we have this one. Then we have what I say, the na. Sort of like that. Sort of like that. Then we have like that. Like that one, sort of. Then we have one look like this. One look like that, sort of. Okay. And of course, this is the ka, ma. This is the na. This is the pa. And this is the taza. It's important to know those because they occur at the end of the Syrian words. And it's, I mean, you know, you've got, like we're playing hangman there, but, you know, because when you're writing words here, I mean, I can write a word down, and if you write it down in the wrong perspective of ending character not in the right place, then let's give some more examples. Then you'll have, that word will be wrong. Okay? Because shop means darkness. That's what it means. Write that down in your... So let's write this one down. Let's do this one right here. Let's do one. Test your skills here again. Let's test your skills again. Okay? Let's do this one right here. Let's see here. I want you guys to write that down. Said I wasn't going to do that, but I guess I went ahead and gave it to you. Made it a lot easier, let's put it this way. What am I trying to do here? Oh, there it is. Let's test your skills, guys. All right. Somebody translate that word out. Tell me what it is. Make sure everything's right on the board. Sis has something up there. And also, we'll tell you what that word means in a second. Now, I have a mistake up here on the board, purposely. I put a mistake up on this board. See if you guys can call out what that mistake is. That's what I want you to do. Find out where the mistake is on this board of the words I just wrote down on the board. I want you guys to find that out. Tell me what that is. Say Marcus. Yeah, Marcus. Bara. Look at Marcus. What's the ending character, Marcus? What did I do wrong? So apparently it has to be this one. Marcus, say this right here. You agree with that, Bara? Kwan, Ratazah? If it is, write your answer down there too. Ma in the beginning. You say in the beginning, Bara? What do you mean in the beginning? You mean like right here? Are you saying here? La'ah or Khan? Which one? You say in the beginning, you mean right here? Right here, sis? Khan. Okay, you said right here. Gotcha. Well, let me see. Let me write the word down here. Ma, qua, dam. Marcus say, that's unique how you guys would say this. Barak says in the beginning, Marcus said in the end. So if it's an ending character, which will be correct? Y'all correct yourself. You tell me. If it's an ending character, if it's in the beginning or the end, where is the era? We read Hebrew from right to left. That means the right is over here, the left is over here. So, what will be the era? Okay, well here's the era right here, and I'll go ahead and put it up here. The era should be this should be looking like this. It's the ending, not the beginning. This M right here, that is an ending character of Ma. Okay, this should not be there. Shouldn't be there. That is that I threw that up there. Oh. Is an ending character so it can't be in the beginning? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Is an ending character so it can't be in the beginning? Oh, Khan, I got you. Okay. So you understand, Barak? If it is, just say Khan, sir. I understand. I think that's what you're trying to say. Read Hebrew from right to left. Right? I just want to make sure everybody understands. Because Marcus, he said it's the ending character here. So from Hebrew from right to left, this is ma qua dam. Just like we have over Makwadam. That's the ancient over here. This is the Syrian over here. So Makwadam. So this M wouldn't be there. You would have to put the ending character here. That's why I have them up there on the board. The Ma right there. Makwadam. 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 And of course, if you want to add it, you want to add it to your vocabulary. That word Makwadam means this. Early, man. Early. Just like that. Okay? Means early. That's what you want to gather out of it. It is. I purposely threw that one up there because ending characters is something that we all get some different understandings about them. Sometimes but in the ancient Hebrew, you ain't got to worry about ending characters. You just got to worry about connectors. Ma, quadam. But over here, these look alike because they are alike. But at the ending character, you read Hebrew from right to left, you can see that ma is the obvious right there, sis. And it means early. So write that down in your notes so you guys can get an understanding of some of these words here, because you keep building for long, you'll have a vocabulary even more. That's why we do this. So I'll write them down. I probably won't run across that word again. The makwadam, which means early, like early in the morning, early in the evening, something like that, okay? But you got to make sure you put the correct ending character on that word right there, all right? All right, let's do something here. Let's do something with for recognitions of some sounds here. Let's recognize some of these sounds here. I want you guys to tell me. Tell me what these sounds are. I'm going to put one in the ancient. Then I want you guys to tell me what these sounds are. Just write them down in the chat, because sometimes they can be like sometimes they can be deceiving, I'm telling you. Let's see. Let's do some, let's do this. I want you guys to write down what these are. Let's see here. Let me see if I got another one here. Here's one. People get confused sometimes. All right. That's his officer's name, Paga Abawa. Paga Abawa. He said, ooh wee. On the Assyrian, write that down. From right to left, what is this? You know, you'll write them down. It'll be, it doesn't spell a word. It's just, I just wrote something down and I want you to tell me what those characters, just by sounding them out. I mean, you know, just what are they? Write them down in the chat. What are they? It's a ooh-wee moment, man. Write down what you think they are. All right? Take your time in the chat. Tell me what are these characters? I mean, they're not. It could be ending characters, could be anything. It does not spell a word. One's the ancient, and of course these are the Syrian. I want you guys to write down. Write down what these are. And sometimes, man, when you look at them, they look just like that. I mean, you know, it's weird. It's kind of hard to see sometimes. Well, I'll make this a little bit more pronounced there. There, just like that. We'll give you guys a chance in the chat to write that down. Let's see. Barash, she says Sakada, the ancient ones, okay. Sakada, okay. And then she has, yeah, she's writing down, kind of rough, ain't it? Barak. Marcus. Come on, Quan, where you at, bro? I see you. That's right. No, that's not a problem. Do it with your chart. Exactly right. If you lost, unlose yourself. Figure out what does. That's the whole point. Look at that chart till you get used to it. Give you guys a chance to write that. Look at that chart. Get used to it, man. I've got no problem with that. I mean, I looked at the chart for a while. There's no shame in looking at the chart. I see some people kind of know it already, but there is no shame at all. I mean, you know, once you learn it, you'll learn it. Now, make sure you write these down from right to left. It could be an ending character, and I mean, don't take it out of order. It could be. But it would be an Assyrian character, let's put it this way. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. Let me write it down. I kind of wrote them big and there you go. All right. Could be anything. It'll be something in Assyrian and something in ancient. So I want you guys to write that down. Take your time. Take your time, Marcus. Slack it. Barak, Quan, Chaazaq. You know, take your time. That's what we're doing here, man. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And see, because if I give you this in a random way, then if you know these, when you get ready to put down words, it's the basic building block of words is, of course, your ABCs. In this case, it's called the characters. You got to understand these sounds. They're making sounds. These are making some sounds. The ancient and the Assyrian, they're calling a sound out. And when you see that sound, you say that sound. So when you read the Tanakh, you'll be able to read it just like it was a sound, because that's what it is. And you'll begin to hear those sounds. And those sounds, you'll begin to hear familiar words. And after a while, you'll start speaking Hebrew. And this takes a while, of course. Hey, you build a vocabulary. I ain't saying you're going to be fluent. But if you practice with somebody else that's a student, you will become more and more fluent, In this case, Bara, you practice with your husband, you become more and more fluent. And Marcus, practice with your wife, your rib, you become more and more fluent, Or two brothers can get there, and when they ain't doing nothing, they can practice themselves. Or two sisters, doesn't matter. All right, let's see. Let's keep going here. You guys are finished here? Let me give you 10 more seconds here. Or how much time you need to see Marcus? Let's see what Marcus got here. Okay, let me go ahead. Let me help you guys out, because sometimes it could be my slant spelling. But you guys see if you guys were right here. Let's go with this. Let's go with this one here first. This is Sa. This is Ka. And this is Tha. On the ancient. On the Assyrian, we have Na, because that is a ending character. That's Na. It's just happened to be the ending character. Remember? Ending character. Okay? Right here. Then we have, what do you think this is right here? It's important right there. What do you think that is? Okay? Give you guys a few seconds, but if you don't know it, that's fine, I understand. But on there, right there, you want to say this. You want to say this. It's a wa. Well, wa. Like that. That's what that is. It's just like a straight stick, really. That's all it is, really. I can't, And over here is a na. And they look pretty much like that. Over here, you have a ka. Remember that ending connector? There's another one of them ending connectors right there. Right there. On the ka. And it's important. It's important to understand the difference between some of these words. Oh, okay. How Helen Leopard is watching. Barah say, I just know the na. Got you. I got you, sis. Well, you're doing a fantastic job, because I would have thought you'd known most of these. But you come up with the word pretty much. Well, the na is here. And of course, if I were to write that na a little better, it would be more like that. Like that. Sort of like that. And then this na wa here is just a straight up and down stick with the little stem. And that's how it reads in the Tanakh, man. You have to really pay attention to that, because I'm going to put some more up here that's going to really blow your mind. It's like, and then of course you have that old ka. That's the ending connector, remember? And of course the na, there it is again right there. So you got, it's a hard thing to get used to. Write those down in your notes. There's nothing wrong with keeping notes and keeping them with the chart. Familiarity. Words that are familiar, And let's do this right here. I ain't going to write, I didn't want to confuse you with ancient and have both of them there, because then you guys would be mad at me then, see. Well, let's do this one right here. Let's do the Assyrian. I want to do this right here. A lot of people have a problem with this right here. A lot of people have a problem with these. Slocky. Let me see here. What I want to do here. Oh, yeah. Slocky. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Let's do this one right here. There. Do those. That's the Assyrian. And then let's do this one. Let's do this right here. Let's do these right here. The Syrians are, that's why I like the Syrian language, because, I mean, the ancient language over the Syrian, because it's more straightforward. It looks like you can tell I learned that one before I learned this one. All right, write these down right here. Tell me what these are. Man, I'm telling you, these right here can be rough. There we go. Take your time on those right there. Take your time on those. Take your time on those. I can have an Indian character up there on the Assyrian. I can have just the regular character. They all make sounds, man. That's why you want to get used to it. Okay, I see. Bara, she seemed like you understand that. Seem like, sis, you understand that ancient better. We're going to get you up to speed on this Assyrian also. It's a lot. All right, take your time and write those. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Lock. Y'all take your time to write those, because I think I went over these 1 week, and there's some really minute differences here in some of these. And people, I wrote them down pretty much how we write them down in handwriting. But that's what they look like. So take your time. And they don't spell anything, it's just words that I've written down. Let's see what she got here. Does it about ancient? Okay, gotcha. We'll see. Waiting on Mark to see what you got. Try these also, sis. See what you get. The Syrian. Let me see here. Baralaba, she said, Salaki, I've got to step away from the classroom real quick. I got you. I understand, brother. I got you. Baralaba said, Bada, question mark, Ra. Bada, question mark, Ra. Say, Ba, Da, question mark, Ra? I think that's what you said. Let me see. Let's see, I've got this written here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what you got here, sis. Everybody else? Da question. Ba. She said ba. Da. Question mark. Ra. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. Sis put down on the ancient, seems like most people got this Chaazaq. You have a ha and ba. That seems to be what the preponderance of the people, everybody really got, you know. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Chaazaq, ha, ba. Yeah, so you got the ancient right. So okay, good. So now let's pick this up right here. You say ba. Let me put another pen here. Let's get, because people always get this one a little bit confused here. Not necessarily confused, just it's kind of hard to see these. And I wrote them down just like you would see them in the Tanakh, really. But this is a Ra. This first one is a Ra. That's a Ra. Okay? That's what it looks like on the chart. If you really pay close attention to it, it looks a little, maybe a little shorter stem. But that's what a Ra looks like. The difference is, let me explain it. It's wider. It's wider here. That dimension is wider. It's wider. Okay? Right. From here to here is wider. Not necessarily tall, it's just wider, man. You know, okay? And that's a Ra. That's called a Ra. Because it's like a backwards R. But then, of course, you have, I threw it there again, you have an ending connector right there. That is a Ka. Ending connected Ka. That's what you got to get used to it. What it is a, looks like a long stem 7, or more of a compact sort of. I mean, yeah, it's like a 7 that's like a slim with a stem and short stem up here. Just like a 7, only it looks like a kind of hard to explain. Okay, but that's a Ka. Okay. Now, when you get over here, this is called a Da. You say, damn, what makes that a Da? On the question mark, Bara. On the question mark, the Da, let's see what you got here. Yashikar Khan, I was from left to right. I got you. Yeah, and you would be right. Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Well, let's switch them around for the sake of you saying it that way. You say ba. She said ba, da. Okay, got you. All right, that makes sense. Question mark, and that's the Ka. And then she said Ra. So you would be right, sis. But remember, sis, always, anytime we illustrate something, anytime, it's always from right to left. We never go left to right, because that's the English, that's the oppressor's way of writing from left to right. In Hebrew, from the moment you enter class, you will write things and you will regurgitate them and dictate them back to me from right to left. I would always start over here and go this way. I would never start here. But if this is a ba, you would be right, because that is a ba. So sis, you got this. I was wondering, because I thought you knew those better. Yeah, but and I'll finish explaining to them the da. I'll see if I can put it in green here. I'll put the little top up here. The da looks like a T, only with off-centered. Instead of it being in the middle here, the T is off-centered a little bit to the right over there. And that's what makes a da. Now, if you would look at it on the chart, it will look more like this. It will look more like that and have a little stem back there. That point is, it's a stem. That stem is what makes the da. And that's what I try to put there. That's what you have to look for. You have to know what to look for when it comes to these characters to sound out their sound. Da, you have to see, like, okay, see that stem right there? We went over this lesson here a little bit before. You can see this stem right here. And it looks like that. It's kind of hard to see unless you blow it up, and that's what I did right here. But that's a da. They all look alike from the start. You have to look at them and see, well, what the heck why do they look so different? And the ra, of course, is wider. See how wide that is? That's a ka, because it is nothing but a short stem up here and then a sort of a longer stem. That's a ka. It's an ending connecting ka. And the da looks like a T with the line off center, because you'll always have something back of it that looks like that, like a da. You sit in the Tanakh, sort of looks like that, like both of those. And of course, the ba looks like a hangman. That's what is. Did I do that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It looks kind of weird on the chart, but that's it's sort of like a hangman. You got to kind of understand a little bit how these things look. And you're right, sis. Salaki. It's not a problem. Left, right. Yeah, right. Left, right. Not a problem. But that's what it is, and that's the understanding of when you're writing down the letters. When you're writing down something, these are one of the most difficult that you'll ever get to. The Assyrian, the ancient, it's more straightforward. When you say bagada, and it's a little bit more straightforward, man. But the Assyrian, a lot of these letters look alike. That's one thing, but I'll reiterate again. The ra, wide here at the top, wide. Small at the top for the column, like a 7. Over here, an off-centered T. Not a 7 at all. It's just got a little stem behind it. And then a ba looks like a hangman. And that's so you get ra, ka, da, ba. And of course over here in the ancient is sort of self-explanatory, because they look so much different. And I can get some of them to kind of confuse the issue too, but I don't want to do that. Taza, ha, and ba, and I have done that before, but that's what you want to do right there. So let's move to something. It's been a while since I went over these, so let's go over this real quick here. Let's go over something here. I want to see how good your math is. See how good your numbers are here. Let's see how good. See if you guys remember your let's see here. Anybody remember for the number 1 starts with an A? We're going to talk AH. And tell me, how would you say 1 in Hebrew? Like 1, O-N-E. How would you say that? Finish it up. You guys write that down. And we're gonna move on to we're moving on to some numbers up in here because we haven't written this numbers. Let's see. Let's go to the numbers real quick. We'll get off of these characters here. Let's get on to the number system and see what you see how well y'all can spell those characters. Sound that out. All right. And of course, we'll do it in We'll just write them out. We're not going to do it in, I don't think we're not translating. I just want to see if you can do it in English. How would you say it in English? How would you say the number 1 in English? See if you guys remember. I'll go ahead and put another ka. Y'all finish it up. Y'all finish that up for me. Tell me. It looks like Ofc up there, but that's not. How would you write the number 1 in Hebrew? I mean, you ain't gonna need, it doesn't matter if it's a Syrian or not. We're on the numbers now. We're gonna go that. We'll have a few. We'll go there because we haven't gone all this in a long time. Gotcha. Okay. We'll go ahead and let's see. See if you give you 10 more seconds. See if you guys remember. Because if you don't, this is something that. Okay, good. Then we'll have to. You guys have to start keeping notes here because the word is akkad. That's the number 1. All right, number 2. Anybody remember? Starts like this. The number 2 in Hebrew. How would you write that? Next week, I think I'll get back into the sentence structure. I'll make things so you guys can make, we'll put together some sentences there and let you translate them so you can understand. Anyway, anybody? Okay. Shanya, right? All right, number 3. We'll start you off. How you write the number 3? It's important. I mean, you know, you got to know at least how to count to 10. Because if you can count to 10 in the Hebrew, then you can count all the way up to 1,000. But you got to be able to count to 10 first. So let's count to 10. Okay. Bara say shasha. Gotcha. It's actually shalash. Shasha is bara, is just happen to be 1. We'll show you in a second here. Number 4. Akkad, shanya, shalash. It starts with the A. And I want you to finish it for me. Ara. But like I said, shasha is one of them, but it's not 3. But it is a number. So the number, what did I say here? Khan. I said I know. Good. And you're right, it is the number 6, You're exactly right. Bara. Okay? You're exactly right, sis. Akkad, shanya, shalash, and gid. What is number 4? See if you guys can remember. Give you 10 more seconds here. Or, yeah, we'll give you a few more seconds here. Okay? All right? I think it's Arabai. Yeah, Arabai. Number 5. We're going to start it off right here. See if you guys can remember that. So far we have Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, and Ka. Ka what? Right before 6, right before that one that you had right there, Barack. We'll give you 10 more seconds here. All right. Okay. It's Qadash. Okay. Now number 6, this is one that you said. Shasha. Sha. That is 6, okay? Because if we can count to 10, and matter of fact, if these are the only ones you know, Barad, in your pencil and paper, you should be writing. You should be putting these down in your notes. Put these down in your notes because this is valuable information, you know. When I was taking class, they would only write this down one time. You either wrote it down, had it in your notes, or you didn't. You wouldn't go over it again. But of course, you know, I ain't gonna do you guys like that. Yeah, 6, okay, good. All right, 7. So if you can remember 7, sort of sounds like something that we do every week. Number 7. 7, 8, 9, and then of course 10. Shah. And finish it for me. Give you guys a few more seconds. Let's lock you there. Give you guys a few more seconds right there. Few more seconds. Then we'll show you how to make bigger, larger, I shall say. Numbers. Okay? So we got Akkad, Shanya, Shalas, Arabai, Qadash, Shasha, and then we have Shabai. If I'm not mistaken. Been a while since I've done that. Yeah. Then we have, here's one. Sha, Ma, Wa, Na. Shema, Wa, Na. That's number 9. That's number 8. Okay, write these down in your notes. Write these down in your notes. Let's see. See who else we got up here. Oh, okay, Mark has got it. The Shai, Shamoana. Okay, Mark has got it. Shabai, Shamoana, the Shai, Asherah. So Mark has got it. Clap for our brother. Mark has got it. Man, I just copy off what you got. What you say? The Shai? The Shai, Marcus got it because he's writing them in his notes. I got it. I understand, you guys. And then Asherah, Asherah. Okay, good. And it's good to know that. And that's it. So you guys understand. Sorry about that, Marcus. I had to look at my other screen. But you got them. So in Hebrew, you can write these numbers in also different tenses also. You know, you can write them plural. We'll get into that maybe next week. But for now, we'll just have a little fun with it. So a lot of people say, well, how would you write 11? Somebody write down in the chat how you write 11. You got all the things that you need to write the number 11. Okay? I said Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Qadash, Shasha, Shabai. Yeah, that's right. Shama, Wana, the Shai. I think I got that right. Arabai. Yeah. The Shai and Asherah. Write down. Give you guys a few more. You guys doing a fantastic job. Yeah, we're not. See if you guys can tell me how would you write 11? You got everything you need in the board. Let's see what you guys got. Marcus said, God, that's right. Said, yeah, you can say that, and there's another way to write it also. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just go ahead and accept that. Asherah. There's another way. I don't want to get into that. We'll get into another time. But Akkad Asherah is 1 and 10. Asherah. Because that's what 1 and 10 is. All right, okay. Hey, good. Of course, if you had 12, you say Shanya Asherah. And so on and so forth. Now, let me ask you. Since y'all up there, since we talking, how would you write 20? See if you remember that. Anybody? We're just writing here. How would you write 20? Take your time. Marcus, Barah, you got the idea, right? Of course, if you want to write, just to reiterate, if I wanted to write 14, I would write Arabah Asherah. That would be 4 and 10. Or I can say 7 and 10. Shabbat Asherah. It's in the base 10. Just like we write the dual decimal system in the base of 10 here in our English, in our captivity slavery, you know, we count the tens and count the cash register, whatever, you know. You know, Kamash, 5 and 10. That's Kamash Asherah. That's 15. That's not that hard. But you got to know these base up here, the base of 10. To reiterate, and so I want you guys working on 20 right there for me. And I'm going to see something, give you something, see if you guys remember what it is. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shasha, Shabai, Shamawanata, Shah, Asherah, Akkad, Asherah. And that's Hebrew. We're speaking Hebrew right now. I mean, you know, you can go on to translate that into ancient or Assyrian. Either one, it doesn't matter. But well, yeah, to me, I like to do it in ancient because it spells better, man. Okay, I can see how to pronounce it. But in this case, like I said, Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shasha, Shabai, Shamonatha, Shah, Asherah, Akkad, Asherah. Okay, but 20, how do you write 20? Somebody tell me, talk to me. How do you write 20? What do you think, Barak? Let's see what Marcus got over here. I'll look at my other chat over here and get that fixed. Got to get my StreamYard fixed over here. I sure am. Look at this brother here. Clap up for the brother right here. Clap up for Marcus. I thought I'd catch him, but he ain't. He got it, man. He say, Asha. Let's write this one down. Asha. Yeah, Asha. Asha Ra. And then he put something down there very. What does that mean, Marcus? Tell me what that means. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Asha Ra Yum. Tell me what that means, Marcus. Tell me what that means, man. Write that down in your chat. I'll be interested to know if you remember. That means something. Because you could have easily said Asherah, Asherah. Right? You could have. But that would have been wrong. Because somebody has done that before. Hell, I've done it. But it's interesting that you remember it was Asherayam. What does that mean? Asherayam. Asherayam. Just take your time. What does that mean? Bara? Oh, okay, Salaki. I could not find my notes, so I don't know. And that's good. That's not a problem, sis. But dear, write these down. Here. You got your notes. If you don't, I mean, unless you're busy there, I understand. But that's why we write it down right here, because once you write down the base of 10 and you write down 20, everything else falls into place. You'll count all the way up to 100. You'll count up to 900. You'll count up to 1,000,000. Once I give you the ending for them, you know. So Asheriyam, tell me, what do you think, Bara and Marcus? That what do you? This has a meaning. Asheriyam. What does that mean? 20. Why did I say Asheriyah? Ashara. Slacky. Why didn't I say that? That would have been 10 plus 10. I mean, that's what I did here. I said, that's what Marcus said. He said, Akkad Asherah, 11. That's one. Okay, fine. And there's another way to say it, of course. Shanya Asherah, that's 2 plus 10. And I can say Thashah Asherah, that's 9 plus 10, that's 19. Shamawana Asherah. I mean, why didn't I say Asherah? Why did I do that? Why did Marcus do this? He's right. Asheriyam. Why did he do that? See if you remember it. Y'all write that down. Why? Write it down in little small, simple words right there. Why did he say that? Aral Nasalaki. I could not find. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay. And Marcus right. Clap it up for that brother. This is what you got. This is what he's saying, Barak. He's saying, and he's right. This brother's right, man. Clap it up for him. Y'all sisters and brothers in me, y'all doing progress, y'all doing a great job. What he's saying is that if I said Asherah and I just said plural, the word Yam is plural. So I put it on the end. You know, I put a possessive adjective for plural. They're all plurality, or to make it plural, let's put it that way. And I said I want Asherah to be plural. Well, what does that mean? That means do it at least 2 times. And that's what plural, that's what this word means. It means I want you to say Asherah, without saying Asherah. You want to say Asherayam, Asherayam, which means 20. Now you've established something for everything else. So how would I say 30? Write that down in the chat. Now that you know that, and I'll let you guys both, since you've written that down, I'll let you guys vote. If I say Asherayam, because if you can do 30, you can do 40, you can do 50, you can do 60. If I say Asherayam, and I started that out, how would you write 30? Go ahead, sis. Baralaba, yeah, that's right. Let's clap it up, sis. Exactly right. Sis, right. So Asherayah. Yum. Asherayam, Slakia. And Marcus, remember, sis, now you remember. You got it now. That's what your notes would say. If you said it now, that's Asherah. That's like saying 10 plural. So how would I say 30? Because we've established, see, this is important. We've set and established a rule here. Man, I can just take Asherah and make it plural. Well, if that's the case, you can take any one of these. Well, if that's the case, how do we say 30? Write it down in the chat. I'll give you guys a few more seconds here. I'm never in a hurry. I just want to get it right. Y'all write it down in the chat. Take your time. Write it down in the chat. We'll be ending class in a little bit here. Take your time. How would you say 30? Take your time and write that down. How would you say 30? Let's see. Marcus got over here. Barag got over here. Marcus say he get right on it, boy. Cause he can. Let's see if he's right. What you think, Barag? You put your answer down. What you think? How would you say 30? How would you say 30? Marcus got an answer down. How would you say 30? How would you say 30? Lock. Give me 10 more seconds here. Because Marcus say, I sure am, man. I just pluralized that, so I would just say 30. Okay? So we'll say this. Sha. We'll just pluralize 3. Since we got it, we pluralized the 20. Because we set a precedence here. Shalash. Yum. Okay, there it is. There's that yum again. Because we pluralized shalash, now we set a precedence at 20. That means just like when you say in the English language, you say 10. You say 20, that's a whole nother word. That's like saying Ashoriyam. And then you want now that you said, now you can say 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now when you get to 100, of course, that's a whole nother word, so we have to change. There's a whole nother meaning or understanding. That's why you change the word. That's what the Hebrew sounds and are for. But this right here, and understand the Ashoriyam, of course, Shalashyam. That's taking a 3 and pluralizing it. 3 times 10. That's all it's saying. Because this is 2 times 10. Why is it 2? Because that's a 2 and then that's a 10. 2 times 10 is a yam. You're saying pluralize it. And that's what he's done. So he's right. And then of course, let's see how much time we got here. I'm gonna give you one more here. Let's do one more here, then we'll end class. I want you guys to write, Marcus, I want you to write 71 for me. Marcus and Bana, write 71. That'll be the last thing we do on the board here. 71. Write 71 in Hebrew. 71. Ah. 71. I want y'all to write 71 for me, man. All right? It'll be the last one we do. Okay? How you write 71 in Hebrew? Based off of the theories that we've come up with, the pluralization there and all the other singular numbers, how would you write 71? Talk to me. It's the last thing we're going to do. We'll clap it up and end class here. How would you write 71? Take your time. How would you write 71? Take your time. Be the last thing we do. 71. Let's see what you got over here. Yeah. That's what's wrong with what you got up there? That's right. That's right, Marcus. He said a cod 71 right here. A cod. And then 70, you want to write Shabbat. Shabbat, then you want to say Yum. That would be 1 plus 70. Clap it up for that brother right there. Damn right. That's it. That's exactly right. Yeah, you didn't have to question yourself. You're right. I mean, listen. You can do any of them like that. If I said 82, that's Shamawana, Yum. So I'd say Shanya, Shamawana, Yum. That's 2 plus. That's all we're doing. It's 2. That's right, Barack. Let's clap it up. That's 2 plus. What was I talking about? 2 plus Shanya. If I said 82, that's Shanya Shamawana Yum. If I wanted to say 91, I would say Akkad the Shayam. That's all it is. This is just that easy. Not that hard, okay? But now that you got the base and understanding of it, you guys put that down in your notes. And of course, I'll give you the last one. I apologize to you. If you want to say 100, you just simply say Ma'ah. Okay? We're not going to go no further than that. Another day, we'll count to 900,000. But right now, we'll leave it just like that, okay? All right. So you guys got the idea? I'll write that down. I spelled a card wrong. Cod. There you go. I'm sorry. A cod, yeah. A cod, Shabayim, yeah. And that's all you got to do is just pick a plural. Just make these plural. You'll have your 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then, of course, you want to say 100, you say ma'al. You want to say 100, you want to say 200, you say ma'ayam. That's another thing. And we'll get into that, okay? But let's clap it up for class. Very good class. Very good understanding. Security announcements. We are the Isupk started out 1 West. Slap you for a second. Very good. Yeah. Appreciate that, Barack, and everybody for clapping up for class. But we are the Isupk started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother and sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the sister, to speak to a sister. Slakia. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Okay? Tithes is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10 means 10th in Hebrew. Ma'ashara, and ma is of the 10th. You know, it's a preposition. Of the 10th. Ashara, remember that's what we're studying on the board here. Ma'ashara, of the 10th. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, the priest's fund. Okay? Slack for a second. Margaret Harris, yeah, shalom. Gotcha. Slack, I just want to check it out. Make sure everything's okay. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The holy convocations, announce the holy convocation. Okay. Our next holy convocation will be let's see. The Feast of First Fruits, starting after the Sabbath of Unleavened Bread, sundown, Saturday, April 23rd. We've done that. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50-day Sunday, June the 12th. That's 2022. Start before sundown, Leviticus 23, 10, and 22. Okay? And that's the next holy convocation. And then we're going to remind Akim and Akhwaf. That's the men and women. To check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper. In the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. We're going to give a salute to our brothers and a salute to our sisters. We're going to give a salute to our brothers. First, Ma'ab Shabbat. Ma'ab. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatham. Ma'ab Shabbat. Ma'ab. We're going to do Barak. Yahweh Shemai. Alatha B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. To all the sisters. For that we say Shalom.